isn't the Waffle House.
No shit.
Welcome to the border between dreams and reality. This is the far shore of where you were before.
Different spot, I
Well,
assume.
for those of us who have been there. An island in a sea of clouds. Anyway, this is the place that Eleven was seen. Or at least the closest place to it that we can get without having to go into the clouds. If we went into the clouds right now, we probably would have come out. So we have to settle with seeing what we can learn here. I've never actually been to this particular shore, but can see why you choose it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
Quick rundown for
stick
the
together.
folks. Not both. Both is like 11's
I know.
child.
We met
It's
before.
like you're like
I've met Oath before.
it's complicated. By
Yeah,
the
we
way,
met.
11 went AWOL, and 11's up to some potentially bad stuff. So we're trying to catch him when the time's right. But until then, we're trying to figure out how to do that.
Alright, that's new.
We're on the
Understood.
trail.
Yeah.
And for those who don't
Flurry's
know,
looking
this is a
longingly
realm
out
that
the
exists
window.
on the border of what is and what could be. To call it a realm of dreams is a bit of a misnomer. It's more like a
The realm
of
between.
wishes. It's a place built on the hopes and dreams of other people.
You need to fix your cowlick, bro.
Nah.
If you fall into the clouds, I can bring you
Flurry's gonna get
back
me
out,
today.
but try not to do that too often.
You gonna be like Lakitu? You gonna get like a turtle on a cloud? And
No, I can just teleport you back up here. I won't fish you out. The rocks are a bit slippery, so mind your footing near the edge. Avoid them if possible.
Can't say I've not. I mean,
Bagged
this
it.
is probably one of the prettier places I've been to in
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I believe this is
Yeah.
near where he first came to this realm. I had to guess that tower in the distance is probably the gateway he came through. That's probably where we're going to be heading into the clouds, but until we know for certain, we can't go down there.
Right.
It's
Back that way.
a realm of wishes, and if you don't know what you're looking for, it's easy to get lost.
It's been several days now.
This kind of thing.
Weeks, I think. 1 or 2, maybe 3.
Well, if he constructed this place, it would have been from all the
I've been tearing through one Leap Foundry bot after another, destroying patrol outposts, looking high and low for Ashley. To no avail. I've had no luck looking for her. I don't think I've lost hope. I'm just stressed, sad, pissed off, moody. No good.
What's going on, my man?
Much and more.
No. Well, if you ever need a beer back at my place and mull shit over, you know where to find me.
The reason I'm here
Okay.
in this dream place
Good morning.
is because the rest of my friends are looking for a comrade of theirs. Someone I hardly know.
I'm so tired for the waves.
But they wanted company and
We could go
maybe my
here, or
the better half of me realized I've been at this too long. Told me I needed a break.
because we don't really have a
Get out. in some way. Have some fresh air. So,
Go in the field.
Don't eat the tree.
here I am,
I'm not trying to. It was in my
in this dreamscape. Memories flowing all around of the attacks on Savathun, jumping into the mindscapes of her soldiers and major generals to figure out what makes them tick, how they obtain the light. And then those memories are completely overshadowed by the present.
Shallow here. There's not even.
How I miss her so dearly. I have no idea where she is, or where she could be. But I just don't know that I could keep wallowing. For now, anyway. I don't know what the hell urged me to get out. Hell, maybe it was even the travelers doing,
It's a hell of a sanctuary if Eleven built all of it.
pushing me to go out and see people and do something. Either way, being without her eats me up inside. Especially knowing Leap Foundry has her. They could be doing anything, or they could be doing nothing. Either way, they have her.
Don't eat the butterflies.
I think I'm a cat.
Sometimes. You do meow sometimes.
Bow.
That's no earthly creature can follow his People are gonna confuse you from the Jay's Cage.
I hope this trip gets your minds off of
I've never
things.
seen this place, even though
It's difficult.
11 would have been here by the time.
I don't even know what the hell motivated me to go out to begin with. Otherwise, I'd have spent the afternoon in my ship, tracking down more Leap Foundry outposts.
Looks like we're
You know,
approaching
based off what you said, you just need to get your mind off of things, so at least hope some of that weight comes off, even if for a little bit.
Yeah, I suppose some of it may. It's just hard.
Is the effort against that company not going well, or
They kidnapped my fiance.
yeah, you're getting married?
We were only engaged. Marriage was to come a bit later down the line, but I've been talking to this woman for a while now. We've been together, in love, naturally. Her name's Ashley. She's the one who built my replacement arm. She's a scrapper over in the industrial district of Zephyr. Can you believe that? Kind of people who would see a synth like me or lower and tear them apart for pieces. Instead, they were made peace with, and then she's proposing to me. It was,
Surprising to me.
yeah. It was equally a shock that we had come that far originally, but I guess I just didn't keep a good enough optic on things.
Wouldn't recommend eating anything.
Gathered a bunch of her friends one night to
Just looking at it.
help out Riot, this person who's been really against Leap Foundry. They were helping transport supplies to their anti-LF relief effort, I guess. And Leaf Foundry found their warehouse, brutally massacred everyone inside, and took her. Then when I followed the trail, they played this nasty little fucking trick. Turns out they made some kind of synth unit that looked exactly like her, and then blew her brains out right in front of me. And then the faceplate came off. I realized it wasn't her. But they sure did love playing it up.
My footing isn't great on stone surfaces like this. Apologies.
Either way, I've been working my ass off to try and look for her, but it's not easy. Especially because as far as I can tell, the trail's gone cold. I've got nothing to follow in relation to where she is. And I've just felt potent rage enough to keep tearing down anything I see related to them, in hopes that I might find something.
Put the flame inside and
Appears to be.
Look at the crystal
Beacon of
inside.
something?
fire the brazier.
Maybe, yeah. There, try. Might be a puzzle.
Might be.
Not gonna
Something ahead there.
tell you anything, but I mean, do your best. That's all you can ever do.
I'm trying.
And a very
Yeah.
tough pill, even for me to swallow, is you can't see everything, man. Can't see everything. So don't blame yourself for that.
He always did like the color blue.
Secret room behind a waterfall. I think
Raven
that's what
found
Ray Ray's
something
trying
behind
to
the
say.
waterfall.
Oh no.
What? Good
You're gonna
lord.
have to
Carry
get wet
Flurry.
or
I don't want to get wet.
Just jump. You can jump to this land right here. Just don't fall.
Oh, that was as deep as I thought. Yeah, there's
No, it's
something behind
not.
this waterfall.
It's too deep.
it is too deep.
Alright. I'm on.
Didn't know.
You got
No,
me?
not for me. No, for
Flirt?
Flurry.
Alright, got me.
Then you go, oh, I like to look. Is that a banana?
It's like glass.
Wait a minute.
Good?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait, did you actually see a banana?
No.
Banana.
Alright.
Oh.
You can get down.
Clearly, we haven't solved a puzzle or something.
Probably has to do with
Perhaps
the
we should
brazier.
go further ahead. It might, but we... There doesn't seem to be anything here to do. So we should look elsewhere. It does have something to do.
Here's the life raft.
Oh, back through the water.
Oh, we gotta go all the way over here. And then back up.
But I guess I still do owe LF a surprise visit from me, because I still haven't paid them for what they've done to Flurry yet. So, if you ever need an extra hand, more than willing to help you suffocate some of that rage.
I'll keep you on speed dial. There are plenty of people who cared a hell of a lot about Ashley, so Lots of folks already vying to help, but I know what it's like, especially now, to want to have that. So, I'll keep you in mind.
Oh. Just keep Ashley in your heart and you'll find her.
I know, it feels like I don't know, a weird poison. I know to keep her in my heart is right, but the more I do it, the more it hurts.
Personally unbound to each
You
of
know?
us, we have to each hold the orb.
Everyone gets an orb,
Oh, you got it.
flower.
Make
Your
sure to
book,
grab an
however,
orb.
is intriguing.
Yes, let's look at the book, and then we will use the orbs in that thing, and mayhaps it'll open the waterfall.
Under the orb.
Well, it's been a while since
Make
I've
sure to
read
grab
that
that
flower.
orb on there if you haven't yet, alright?
Ponder it.
I am pondering.
Everyone gets their own.
I'm wearing the orb. Hello, how are you? I am in the orb. Please help me.
Well, we should bring it, but be torn in two directions.
First, let's read this book here. If it gets any info on, where 11 went, and then we'll bring the orb over to the thing.
Alright.
Well, if you have special 11 glasses, you get to read the book and tell us what it says.
It doesn't say anything.
What did he mean by this?
I can't read the text. It doesn't look like any language I recognize.
Is it void speech?
No, it's... If 11 knew what this was, I would be able to read it. I have his skills, but it must not have anything to do with him then. We should probably solve the puzzle of the orb first.
Oh, the orb.
You think what's within the orb gives us a clue?
I think we have to place it at the pedestal or whatever that is, but
Oh, yeah, that would probably be the right play, wouldn't it?
My hips.
it would make sense at least.
Yeah, well, based off that noise, that's the right call.
Besides, I know this is exactly how Eleven's mind works.
If it doesn't work down there, just grab it and pull it upwards, and it does.
Oh yeah, would you look at that?
Yep.
I can't reach.
Too small.
We can't help you, Flurry.
Go further.
Should we take it with us?
This is BS.
Because it can be taken after we do that. It might be a key for more things.
Maybe.
Well, we
I
might
kinda
come
don't
back
want.
this way, so might as well sleep here.
It's
Yeah, no
probably
one
for the
cares.
best if we leave it.
It won't do anything. I can't reach it.
This water is so deceptively deep.
If Oath can do it, you can.
Nope.
I had to reach really far.
You
and
might
move
have
myself
to, like,
slightly
move
inside
yourself.
You look at it,
I
it looks
did.
deep, but in reality, it's
stuck.
like a.
Yeah, no, you're
maybe
gonna
it's
get
deep.
stuck, but your
Oh, it's too deep for
hands
Flurry.
your hands will move. So
And it looks like Lance has to be there wrapped.
Actually, it doesn't seem.
Or are they struggling?
mine
I think it's the back, yeah.
Briefly, mentally enlarge yourself, and then put yourself back down.
No one look. Everyone look away.
No, don't. We can't look.
Look away.
You have to place it underneath.
Nope. It's like
Oh, you guys can
and piss
pissing.
Okay, you can hear me. Yeah, I know. I was just quiet for a while starting up.
Yeah, no, like sometimes like, bro, I need to go piss, and you look away as your friend go piss in a bush.
Yeah, we had to look
I
away for it. He
guess.
had to get big.
I can't swim.
You get pee raft. It's your turn as raft. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're gonna have to learn how to swim, Flurry.
It's not my fault. It's my tail's fault. I get stuck.
Isn't that why you got floaties?
Yes, but I'm having right now.
Appears to be.
Interesting little tree.
The pillars around it suggest that it's focusing on something.
To be honest, that's way smarter than not parkour over the rocks.
I feel like
Do you feel something?
I miss you so much, darling.
play like this.
Hmm?
This place is. It is likely that this is where Eleven first came to the metaverse. But there's a bit more to it than that. And I've been withholding the truth from you.
Well, you have your reasons.
11. If you promise not to tell him before we rescue his soul. Then I can tell you the truth of what's happened here.
Promise.
Put under these lips are sealed protocol.
Someone made a wish here once upon a time. Thing to do with it. The fact that I've never seen it before would suggest that 11 hasn't either. And the purpose for that is because 11 was created by the wish. He can't know about the book unless we can free him from the wish.
That's a EE level spell, ain't it?
The truth of the matter is it's most likely that 11 never came from another world. He only has memories that were put there in place to further his purpose. And what that is, I couldn't tell you, but I can say that I was created in the same method. When 11 learned that Leon was stuck in a crystal, he wished that there was something he could do. And whether he knew it or not, that required him to become someone else. And so he created me. But now I don't know what he's up to, but we have to stop him. He was awakened to the real reason he came here, or was created, as it were. When he unleashed the chemical weapon against the Surge, I felt something pulse from him. So whatever the wish is, we have to figure out
So,
how to stop it.
for some out of character context,
So
this person,
when
Snowy, has a character named 11, who is a little Avali, little bird fella, just like that model there.
Memories that I never
Um,
shared with him.
And I honestly, in character, I don't think I've ever actually met them. Orion has seen them, but I don't think they've ever spoken or done anything like that. So, there is a lot left to be desired for me in the way of information that I can share, unfortunately. I don't even fully know what's going on here. All of the other player characters here do. The only reason Orion showed up is because he was pinged in the Scythe Party comms to potentially come in and lend a hand, at least with searching, looking around, whatever. As far as they knew, there wouldn't be any combatants. So, him, having really nothing better to do and not really feeling like sulking that day, decided to go out and walk around with his friends for a bit. This place has definitely been a lot more of like a peaceful nature magical walk, which has certainly helped, better than walking through like a desolate wasteland. But he went out because he didn't want to be miserable today. So he's here, and he's really only here so he can take a breath and be away from gloomy and being sulking so he can be away from the gloomy atmosphere in his ship and stop sulking, at least for the moment.
Fulfill it himself.
But he doesn't really know who this person is. He doesn't know 11. He's never met 11. Neither have I.
We've done all we can here. Let's gather the book and go home. Go home, indeed.
Oh wow, that was a lot quicker than I thought. I just kind of wanted to throw together a stream for this, because I wanted to share that Orion is still very much down and not really doing well. He's a mixture between sorrowful and, like, angry. So, moments like these, very sorrowful, very sad, and then other moments will be more, rage-filled.
We'll keep all the reading.
That'll obviously be saved, especially for Elite Foundry.
One thing that 11.
We got our own little area. I'll just keep it on the terminal and close network.
Poor Flurry. She always hates to see him like this, or anyone like that.
Bridge.
And Orion, having the cheery disposition he usually does, to have it completely replaced with just kind of sorrow. Naturally, it's unbecoming for a usually happy character.
Okay. You're free to go. I'll be 25 cents.
Probably hurts Flurry a little bit.
Who carries 25 cents anymore?
Oh, it just popped in my mind. But it's interesting. So, if you actually from a different world was in a wish that was created, from I Remember 11 telling me his mission back in the different world we went to was one to gather old ancient texts from human race, if I remember right. And what else? Trying to remember. Do you remember anything?
No. There was something you had to with. What would it be?
Keep that safe. It may very well be the key to keeping 11 alive.
You don't have to tell me that twice. Put this somewhere where nobody else will know.
The footlocker at the end of your bed.
I mean, we could try looking around for any other clues. I feel like this probably had enough to find him.
everybody else feeling? Think we have enough to go off on, or you want to check the spots we haven't?
We got
My
a book and we got
idea-
some readings to go over.
Well, first, let's go over the information we all know that Eleven has told us about him, so we can maybe start theorizing on ideas of what he was made to do for the wish. I remember Eleven telling me he used to collect ancient artifacts that were from humanity died from his world, if I remember right, him mentioning.
I remember
And
mentioning
he has
he's a
other
pilot.
team members. Mm-hmm.
Well, you got
I
your
know how to
Pilot-
read the stars. I suppose this was how he practiced. I know that I was created to, I guess, as a foil to everything he was. I was what he couldn't do himself. I was meant to be stronger than him. Although I feel like I failed in that purpose, but I got the ball rolling. I suppose that was enough.
Well, it is a part of the learning process.
I was meant to be a creature from his world that destroyed everything, but that's not really how I feel.
What's the creature from your world that was destroying things that you were meant to
Oh,
be?
it was
What's
a
it called?
dragon of some kind. It was named Anathema.
And did that destroy humanity, or was it something else? I'm trying to think. Trying to piece things together.
From the bits and pieces I could recall from my time with him, he saw it as the one at fault. But towards the end, he felt guilty because everything he did only served to make the situation worse. In fact,
think I have an idea.
shortly before he created me, he truly felt like a monster himself.
I think I have an idea of what you might be trying to do. It's a theory, so I could be 100% wrong, but through context of things and stuff, maybe he's trying to bring in the thing that destroyed the humanity in his world, quotation marks. Maybe that's something connected with the wish, bringing that destruction here. It's an idea and a theory. It can be probably wrong.
Isn't
Triggered after
impossible.
after we built a chemical for the swarm stuff, so it could be he was meant to actually prevent it from coming here, preventing more destruction.
Maybe.
Well, why would it
Why?
activate after we basically ended an entire race?
Like the dragon.
That's the point I'm trying to make here. Is it only based off of what Wolf was saying, if I remember correctly, is that this feeling kicked off after that, or right when it happened afterwards. So
He was greatly conflicted, but driven to madness in the end. Around the time when Flurry was kidnapped by Wheat Foundry, was it? I wasn't too keen on the things that happened, but around that time I felt anger from him. We still share a connection, albeit a weaker one than we did before. But the changes in him have been horrifying, to say the least. But I know that he's still in there.
So, probability through all the experiences he went through the metaverse, the hell and turmoil, it's probable that maybe as a sign of mercy,
While we're here,
or
I'm gonna spy on Bones' Twitch, because I know he's had an Iron Grip event. I don't stream my Iron Grip events and shit, but I wanna peep on him.
Twisted everything keep crumbling through my fingers. It's a theory.
I'll peep on this motherfucker. What are you doing?
If he means to reap the destruction that he remembers from his world, then we really have to stop him.
I feel like the big way to figure out if that theory is correct or wrong is through that book. Connected to what
Oh.
made him who he is.
There may be
Or by-
another way.
Oh?
I feel like if we find someone who is close to him, or someone who he spent a lot of time with.
Leon.
Yeah, I was gonna say
The roommate.
My
Leon.
thoughts exactly. We should
I
show
can get in
Leon the
contact
book.
with Leon.
See what he thinks. Tell him maybe we could take him here. Or to the other shores. Maybe he knows something. Something.
Yeah. You want to get in contact with him then, man? Or with
Yeah,
him
I can do that.
then?
Yeah. That would be
Oh, Leon's
the
EM,
best.
don't worry.
Depresso isn't even on at the fucking fishing event?
Oh, if
That's
all-
crazy.
Yeah, we got the next steps. Contact Leon, study readings, and keep the book safe.
Yeah.
Don't ask why I'm in a group called Good Girl. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, we could go all the way back to where we came in, or we could jump off into the clouds and I could teleport us there.
The clouds!
Oh, the clouds are sick.
That's one way. Anybody afraid of heights? Did anybody get afraid of heights?
I'm afraid of the water.
Oh, if you jump far enough, you won't get wet.
Just like jumping off the tower.
Character and stuff. Be like,
Yeah, in my head, either 11 was supposed to prevent another one or cause
Alright,
war.
I'm pretty sure that's cards down.
If I figure
we'll
out,
have to figure that
I
one
wiped out,
out.
I genocided,
So,
I'm gonna do it again.
I'm gonna go ahead and probably end stream there then. Just so that,
because technically he's
Well, no,
not
the
actually
surge-
from that world.
just trying to waste you guys' time anymore. But I wanted to record a little something, just a little something, as like a partial update to how Orion's feeling.
We murdered
So, I'll let you guys go. You all take care.
That's
And I will catch you guys
Who pressed
in the next stream.
is the one who made it.
Bye-bye.